Hello folks, I'm LA Little and this is today's 1 minute trade. You know, holding on to a high flyer is a hard trade. It always is. Priceline. If you can see it up here, you can see it's traveling sideways, has been for a good 6 months now, 7 months. It's done that before, right? You've had these patches where price moves up, big moves, right, and then it consolidates. It's doing the same thing now. It's just maybe another consolidation before we do another leg up. Could we have this sort of a scenario? I mean, there's nothing to say that we can't. I mean, if the industry, the business itself continues to act well. The problem is when you start looking at it on a short-term basis, it looks like hell. I mean, things just getting whacked. Volume expanding as it comes into these lows. 1.7 million there, you come into it with 1.7 million. Yeah, I can bounce from here, probably bounce up into this low, but then it's probably going to come test again. So maybe you get a bounce up to 1246, so forth, right? If you look at it on the weekly, that big spike up that we just looked at on the daily, August 11th, right? Top of that guy's 1329. What was that doing? That was testing into the bottom of this bar. Much more volume there, 7 million. You come into it with 5. That leads to the push back to the downside. This looks like, from a weekly perspective, in terms of the volume flows that you see here, this looks to me like this is going to try to trade back down into these lows. So I wouldn't get in too big of a hurry to buy it. At the same time, this may be one of those consolidations that is going to be worth buying at some point. Right now, the volume flows are to the downside. They're not to the upside. I'd give it a little bit more time, let it come back down into this area, and then see if it's worth buying. That may be the final pickup.